Okay, so let's talk about your stage editor and how you set up your stage display. So if we just go up here to more, click on that, go down to stage editor, it'll bring up your stage slide. Now I've already made this one. This is the one that you probably would look a little different to what you see now, but this is the one we would use for a weekend. What you would see is a whole bunch of extra windows on there, which is the default as it comes with. So I can add those back on. I'll show you how that works. So if we go to the plus, gives you all these options, and these are all the components you can add to a stage display. You could add a chord chart, appears like that, put that where you want. You could add timers, countdowns, system clock, very common one people see. So that's just the time of day. But all of these can be added. I'm just going to remove them, just so you can go through on your one and remove all the ones you see there. And I'm just going to have my current slide. So these are very much just size them as you want. I would size this up to be as big as I can with a little safe margin. Sometimes when you send a signal to a television, there's sometimes edges get cut off and all that kind of stuff. So you want to leave a little bit of room just in case something happens on the TV or the screen at the other end. For this type of thing, you don't really want words being cut off here or there. So the next thing we can do is we just leave some space for the real time here. So generally we would create that in a separate application. If you're doing it in ProPresenter, you can just add the real time like I did before, go to the plus and go down to timers and system clock. We add a system clock in there and we can just scale that to be the top window there. So nice and simple. Now, if we're doing our system clock, for example, it's a great one to show you. I probably want to make my text yellow. So I go here, I can change the color of my text, make it nice yellow here. It's probably not quite the right yellow we use, but you can just kind of bump that up, get it to that highlight yellow. You can change the context of how it shows. So I'm probably going to want no date. No, I don't need that. Time, I want the full amount of time there. And I want I want to do 24-hour time. So that will give me everything. It'll remove the PM. So that all works the way I want it. And my current slide sits below that. Now this isn't perfect. I'll probably make this a bit smaller, make this a little bit bigger. And yeah, I think I'm happy with the shape. I'll probably just make my text bigger as well. So you can do that, scale that up. And it's really just a bit of trial and error to find the one you're happy with in terms of the perfect size, because every screen is different. So some screens you might need the clock to be a little bit bigger based on the size of the TV you're actually sending this to. So your current slide, I generally kind of really just max this out. So the trick with this one is just to say size 200, big text. And as long as you have this set correctly, your text down to fit container, so it'll always scale your text down to fit container. So if your text is too big, it actually doesn't matter. It's going to fit in the container anyway. So just kind of give that, again, trial and error, fire some slides, see how they show, and then you should be good to go from there. That's pretty much everything from making a stage display. If you want to make another one, which might have some other options like a message, or if you want to put kids numbers, stuff like that up there, you can actually make multiple stage display layouts. This is where you just do a second one. I could do a blank one or a pre-made one. I just do a blank one. So if we're making another layout, we just want to add the component we want to it. It might be a message, it might be another slide, but you can have a different layout and you can actually have different slides trigger different layouts when they're actually triggered. So might be a lot. We might go through some of that in some advanced lessons. Don't worry about that. All you need to know is how you make a layout and apply that to your output, as we did in the output course.